Alright, so as you guys probably know from my last video, I was discussing the new update coming to Greenville in regards to the map expansion and the new highway that's coming to the game. But there's actually an issue, I would say, with this update that a lot of people, as you guys can see, have pointed out to me that I honestly didn't even really think about when I was making that video, but now it kind of makes a lot of sense. And although it's not like a massive issue and it's not going to like ruin the update at all, it is definitely somewhat of a concern that I feel the need to address in this video. But before we do get into it, guys, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as it would be greatly appreciated. We are getting super close to 30k. It's honestly insane. Thank you guys so much for all the support. But anyways, guys, let's get straight into it. Alright, so I'm not going to really waste any time here in regards to what this is actually about, like what this issue actually is. So if we actually go out of the game here and head onto the game's main page, we go down into some of the public servers here. You guys will notice something that's pretty obvious, and that is that there is only a 25-person limit in these servers. Now, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure when the revamp initially released, I'm pretty sure the player count was only at around 20 players max. So unless I am just making this stuff up in my head, I'm pretty sure they have actually upped the player limit in the past. But as we all know, with this new highway plus map expansion update, it is expected to be the size of the current map or even larger, which, you know, obviously, yeah, objectively that is awesome news, as I mean, obviously the map is already pretty massive. So the fact that we are essentially getting, or quite literally getting, another map of the exact same size, if not larger, on top of what we already have here, which there were some people suggesting that they might be removing some of the current map in order to make room for this next map. But as far as I'm aware, they aren't going to do that, since that would just cause like quite a lot of controversy, I'd say. But for those of you guys who play Greenville on even just a somewhat regular basis, you guys probably know that even in full player servers, the map as it is right now even does feel quite empty at times. As I mean, obviously only having 25 players in a map with like so many different prime locations and whatnot, you know, does definitely make the map feel a bit empty in a lot of areas at times, and can kind of just make the game feel kind of lonely overall. So it kind of brings up the issue of when this map expansion comes out, you know, the map is ultimately going to feel even emptier if nothing changes about the current player count, and there is going to be a lot more spots on the map now where there is literally just like no one, and it's completely just like a huge ghost town, I guess, which obviously, especially for role players, is not super ideal, as then everyone is just going to be like sort of congested in singular areas opposed to like other places around the map. So as a lot of people have been suggesting, and I honestly agree with them on this, I feel like Greenville does kind of need to try at least to expand the game's player count. And I know it might sound kind of outrageous, but, and I mean, obviously I don't really know like the logistics behind all of this, but even upping the player count to like 50, which would double it, would hopefully solve most of these issues, is obviously having double the amount of players in a server compared to what we kind of have right now would hopefully at least semi make up for pretty much having 2 times the map size. But then another issue that brings up is optimization, especially for those on like lower end devices that may not be able to handle that many players, not only in a game with a map so big, but also with so many players at the same time. Now, I'm not exactly sure if Greenville is already planning on doing this or not, but I honestly feel like with a map expansion this large, like, it's kind of a feature that I feel like a lot of people, well, not really a feature, but just a thing that I feel like a lot of people are going to expect. And I mean, I'm hoping, obviously, you know, Greenville has gotten a lot better with their optimization as of recent times, you know, and compared to how the game used to run, I'd say a few years back, it runs significantly better now, even on lower end devices. So I'm hoping they can put those skills to use with trying at least to expand the player count without causing too much more lag and whatnot. But, you know, instead of me just plainly suggesting that they should increase the player count without giving any further, you know, solutions, I guess, since that could definitely cause performance issues, let me know what you guys think about this. But I also feel like it could be a good idea, if that would be a problem, to actually give players the option between, like, say, just a standard 25 player server and then like a higher playered server. So then those who are on like lower end devices and stuff still have the opportunity or ability, I guess, to play on lower player count servers, so then they can still like handle the game and stuff like they can right now, opposed to sort of just forcing everyone onto that, and then giving players whose devices can handle more players the option as well to go into those higher player count servers. And I feel like that would ultimately be probably the best solution to this. But yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below, or if you guys would have any other solutions to this problem. I'd be more than happy to hear. And I mean, I'm sure the devs have already probably thought of this, especially since it's such like a widely addressed issue, but at least among the community. But, you know, I thought it's just something that I should point out, since it was something that was mentioned quite a lot from people on my last video. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.